got a good group on the call, so I'd like to just kick things off. This is David Finn. I'm the Executive Director of CleanApps.org. Let me first start out by thanking everybody who's joined the call. And just sort of want to just summarize, who we are. CleanApps.org, for those of you who don't know, we really exist to help members of the downloading industry prosper while at the same time protecting consumer security and privacy. We have members now who include app vendors, affiliates, call centers, payment providers, educational institutions. And, we launched this organization about a year ago, and we feel like it's critical in what we think of as this new era of compliance to do everything we can to help our members run great businesses, get smarter and better at everything they do, and particularly given the compliant challenges now. So we do monthly webinars, we have a community forum, we do in-person get-togethers, and we share best practices and work with regulators to ensure that there is this kind of balanced environment where our members can do great stuff and also do it in a way that's consistent with the growing pressure on the internet to ensure consumers are protected. So we're always looking for new members. Anyone who's interested who's not a member, please get in touch with me at dfin@cleanapps.org. And we're also looking for always members who will step up at a higher level and get additional benefits, so charter members and corporate members, always looking for those as well to help the organization do even better. So that's what we do. That's what we're looking for. And today's webinar is part 2 in our mastermind series on controlling wayward affiliates. And we have 2 great special guests, one of whom is Alvin Estevez of Enigma Software. And Alvin has been in this space for a couple decades now and founded and has run a really successful business. And he is going to start this webinar off about his experiences and his organization's experiences in this kind of knotty space of controlling affiliates who may do things in not the best way to drive clicks for their partners, in this case app vendors and publishers, advertisers. And then after Alvin speaks, Dennis Batchelder, the co-founder and president of AppEsteem, will speak. AppEsteem has been around, for those of you who don't know, for 3 years now, recently celebrated its 3rd birthday, so happy birthday to AppEsteem. And AppEsteem exists, and I'll let Dennis speak about AppEsteem's role, but AppEsteem is really there to protect consumers, and we've developed at CleanApps.org, and others of you have developed important relationships with AppEsteem as we all try to thrive in this balanced environment. So with that, I'd like to, at this point, throw it over to Alvin. Alvin has some slides that he's going to present, and then after he presents, Dennis will present. I'll leave it to our hosts to speak more to our guests about what they're going to talk about and the like, but I know they both are eager to get questions and have active conversations, so people should feel free to jump in with questions. And I will let everybody know that this webinar is recorded, and it will be available on our website, on the CleanApps.org website, for those of you who can't tune in for the full 90 minutes. But we have allowed 90 minutes for the conversation because we know this is a particularly knotty and important topic. So Alvin, at this point, let me throw it over to you. And again, thank you everybody for joining, and special thanks to Alvin, Natalia, who works with Alvin at Enigma, and Dennis Batchelder.
Thank you, David. And so I'll get started. So I have a lot of slides, but I'm going to move really quick through them. I think I kind of overkilled it, but on part 1, and the last time we all spoke together, we were discussing affiliates from the perspective of IAC, big organization, how they manage it, how they do stuff like that. And the word affiliate got thrown around a lot, in different conversations when we had the gathering in Las Vegas with CleanApp, the last session that we had. And I want to be very specific on what affiliates are, and I kind of want to just break it a little bit apart. I want to go a little back in time to who these guys are, how they came to be, and when we say affiliates, what kind of affiliates mainly pertain to downloadable software sold to consumers over the internet. So I just want to kind of touch a little bit in there. Another thing I'm going to disclose, and it's not because my lawyer told me, I just want to make sure that you guys understand everything I'm going to disclose is from my own experience over the course of the last 20 years being on the internet. So if you guys want for me to quote some noteworthy source, I'm going to quote myself. So I just want to make that one clear. So let me just move forward on the slides because there we go. This thing's a little, there you go. So this is the agenda that I'm going to go with. I want to get into what pay on performance is, which is basically what the model that affiliates work on. What is, paid on performance? I'm probably going to bore you because most of us kind of already know that, so I'm going to go quick on that. Again, I wanted to break it down to what it was. What is affiliate marketing? But what is affiliate marketing from the perspective of companies who sell software over the internet and downloadable media? So that's going to be my perspective. You're going to see that on my slides. There's all kinds of forms of affiliate marketing. There's even affiliate marketing that deals with B2B. I'm going to just point to it, but I'm not going to talk about that because I'm going to talk about affiliates do affiliate marketing for B2C. How does affiliate marketing work? I'm going to do a little quick, like a couple of slide refresher just to show the flow chart and how we do affiliate marketing. And how do we handle Wayward affiliates? And that's as it pertains to the Enigma software group. So, and after that, I'm open for questions. So let's dive in. So what is pay on performance? Well, without me reading all this in short, because we got a short time span here, it has to do with these affiliates are being paid to generate some kind of action. Whatever that action is a sale, a lead, a download, whatever it is, that's the whole framework of pretty much what pay on performance is. And and in fact, most affiliates are not even technically even called affiliates. They have a lot of different names. For example, I'll get into that, from the perspective of an affiliate network, they're called publishers. And a lot of them are called performance marketers. It's like a new kitschy term that they invented the term affiliate got a little muddied over the years, so they came up with the concept of performance marketers. I still call them affiliates. But again, when I say affiliates, I'm referring to affiliates that operate within a pay on performance model.
Excuse me, Alvin. I could just ask people if you could please mute your phone. Okay.
I would appreciate that because I'm getting the feedback too when I'm talking. I'm kind of like losing my tempo here. Thank you. So as I said before, I hear it again. You hear it?
Yeah, I do, and I'm struggling to. It must be, as Mark said, a bug in so I'm not able to mute people. But so maybe someone has muted themselves. So just if you guys could please be careful, that'd be great. Okay, go ahead, Alvin. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So back to the pay on performance model. Again, I guess I kept repeating it on the slides. Basically, it's paid by sale, leads. Additional routes of market is other people who deal with the advantages actually of dealing with this model is that if you're a startup, right, and you have limited cost to pay per click and do things of that nature, so there are benefits to this model. It is in essence, as we go through it, a decent model. It just needs a little bit of pruning, and we'll get into that towards the end. But let's say you're a new company, you have a concept, a piece of software, a product, and you have an issue with raising money, right? Or you have a very small budget that you just can't throw to Google. Affiliate marketing is one great way, a good route. I mean, I'm not selling affiliate marketing or the pay on performance model to get your product known, to generate sales. So in concept, it is a good model, but we'll get into the pitfalls in a second. So let me just move forward. All right, so I'm just going to skip all that. It takes too long. So as you can see, there's different types of paid on performance marketing techniques. Some pertain to B2B, which it doesn't pertain to most of us probably on this call. So I'm only going to focus, and that's why I marked it here, on affiliate marketing as it pertains to B2C software and e-commerce. Different types of affiliate marketing sites are voucher sites, daily deals, drop shipping if you have hardware that you're actually making or a piece of software on a box, white label sites, marketplaces. But the one that I'm going to focus for the purpose of today's conversation is the online marketing affiliates that operate out of affiliate networks. And just to disclose, we don't manage our own, we don't have our own affiliate program, and I want to just split the two words, affiliate programs, affiliate networks. Typically when you say an affiliate program, it means that you are managing your affiliates. You have a direct relationship with the affiliates. The affiliates are, in essence, your direct resellers. The model that myself, and I'm going to disclose here, has to do with people who deal with affiliate networks, who have their affiliate program in that affiliate network, and they manage, recruit, pay the affiliates, and we'll get into all that in a second. So I'm just going to touch up on affiliate marketing. Again, so I'm skipping slides because I made too many of them. So I'm probably going to skip this because I'm just going to jump into, let me go back actually. Let me just actually leave it here. So just to touch up on affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is where third parties or affiliates generate sales or leads for sellers or merchants. When they say merchants, it means, in essence, app makers like myself and many of us here in this call, and receive commission for each successful lead or sale. So the affiliates get paid to promote basically your apps, right? It's probably the most widespread form of POP. So out of that model, that's the most common one on the internet. There are two parties in the affiliate marketing: the merchant, the affiliate, but actually there's a middleman, the affiliate network in our case. So I should plug that in. So examples, this is a website. This is actually, let's go to the compliant one, like a typical content affiliate. But in the case of this, the affiliate disclosed as the yellow box, a little more compliant with Apple-Steam. We'll get into that later. But typically, they're generating content or something of value, and they gain placement on the internet, or they pay per click, or they have a lot of referral traffic, and they're basically featuring the download based on the content or offering a solution for the problem that they're writing about. So it's, in concept, it's a win-win because Google's getting content, good content. If they're doing good content, they better be doing good content. And they're putting in your product featured as a solution to that problem. Yeah, so I guess I don't know how to use a slide, so there we go. So in this one is actually promoting my product, actually. This one is promoting Reimage. So this is a Reimage affiliate. This is an affiliate that's on the internet. See, they complied. I see they have the little box and everything else in there. All right, so yeah, so they have an article about that infection, Laka Gaga, and there's the download. All right. Here's another example. This one is promoting, what is this one promoting? I don't even know. Advanced Clean Pro. Is that what it is? So again, same concept. They're promoting another competing product on some content or blog site as it pertains to malware problems and so forth. These are just examples. Oh, this one is this is a PUP cleaner. Oh no, this is removing the PUP. Advanced Clean Pro is the PUP. See, this is like what I call a confusing affiliate. I'd say this is a bad affiliate because he's not disclosing anything in there. This is actually a bad example of an affiliate. So these are good. These are bad.
And Alvin, from your perspective, can you explain why you think that one's bad?
Well, look at it. The two above show the name of the product, very clean, very straightforward. It has links disclosing the terms of use, what it actually is, the EULA, the name of the product, right? It says, do you suspect PC may be infected with cult ransomware or other threats? It's not saying that it does. It's saying that it may, right? It discloses who the company is. You could click right there on the page, the privacy policy. You could read more about the product. So then the example of my affiliate, I would say same with this one. I mean, they're disclosing. I would have preferred that they put the more information inside the blue box, but that's just me. And then this one here, it's just unclear of what they're actually even selling. It's almost like they're baiting you to click it. Advanced Clean Pro pulp removal options, and there's nothing. You don't know what product's behind it or anything. I mean, you got to read a little more. It's even unclear what this is. So this is actually an example of what I would say a bad affiliate. So it ended up on my slide, but that's yeah. And so that's what they're promoting on the other side. But where's the disclosures? I don't know. This is in my opinion. How does affiliate marketing work? So I'm going to get into some. Now you're going to see my skills and crappy animation. So the internet user clicks on the affiliate site, and I put in parentheses the publisher, because that's what they're usually known in the industry as, those guys who have sites like that. The affiliate network, I call it a reseller because the relationship or contractual relationship that these affiliate networks have are usually reseller agreements, because they're also the merchant of records and also are almost like they're basically the authorized reseller of the software. So the contractual relationship between the affiliate network and the app maker is that the affiliate network is operating pretty much as a reseller, and they're the ones that have the relationship with the affiliates. Now, these are different networks, which are, and I don't do business with CleverBridge. I just threw it in there because they're competitors. I don't do business with Avangate. I do business with Digital River and Revenue Wire. They both have affiliate programs, which so they have the relationship with the affiliates, and basically they're my reseller is what they are. And the way it works is whenever, let me go back, whenever the user clicks there, whatever the action is in that affiliate site, typically per sale, they record that, it goes through, they pay us, the app maker, net, of course, of their fees, and then they send a commission to the affiliate. So that's the typical flow of how it works. And so it's pretty much a virtuous cycle. The affiliate gets a commission for a sale. The affiliate puts ad on their website. Customer clicks and converts. Conversions attract, and it goes over and over and over again. That's the pretty much the model. Okay, so here we go. So merchants, sellers, or service providers, right? So merchants are basically us who operate behind affiliate programs. Merchants, again, are app makers. That includes small businesses and even large multinational companies, right? So they range in all sizes, right? I'll give you an example. In the case of Digital River, their biggest customer is Microsoft, Adobe. So they operate also with them in that model. So affiliate networks, as far as the clients that go to places like that, they range from, small, mid to, big boys. So that as far as people that use this method, ranges from us all the way to Microsoft, right? Affiliate marketing works well for certain types of merchants, right? New businesses, yes, I guess I went over this already. Companies with low budgets, and even big brand names that want maximum sales. So again, the range is pretty broad. I'm going to just move on. Actually, before I move on, I'm actually going to point out that affiliate marketing is also used for lead generation for B2B, but that's something that, Dennis, you don't focus on. Your focus is B2C. But in the B2B world, there's a whole ocean, a slew of affiliates utilizing these same methods. But their main point of sale is more about leads, and then the company will call them and try to convert the lead. So that's another method that affiliates are using the same technique to do this.
Yep,
okay.
we totally don't focus on anything with just B2B. We think that the business doesn't need as much protection as the consumer does.
Noted. So, okay, so affiliates, online resellers, publishers, right? And again, I'm focusing on different examples within our realm. Shopping sites, I don't really deal with that. E-commerce aggregators, that's what you call the traditional networks like Revenue Wire, Digital River. That's a coin term that they use. Point earning sites, we don't lead with those. Loyalty sites, cashback sites, don't deal with that. So I highlighted blogs. I'm mostly the ones that I deal with. So that's really my universe. So basically, I'm breaking down what the using an affiliate network. So an affiliate network acts as a middleman between the merchant. That's pretty clear from the chart I showed before. They advertise your software on their network. That's usually what they do. The network uses tracking software to track sales and leads, right? The network promotes and recruits. I said your affiliates, but meaning your affiliates, but not really your affiliates, really their affiliates. They're recruiting their affiliates to increase their own volume and traffic. The network manages all the payments. So in the case of the networks I pointed out, they are the merchant of records. They're, again, a reseller of many different software products, kind of like a store, right? Like if you go to Best Buy or something like that, except electronically, they have these guys as like their sales reps to push the stuff out. That's basically the model. I mean, I'm beating this one to the ground. I think I'm going to skip this. Okay. So popular.
Alvin, sorry, it's David. But if you go back to the slide, the reason you said your affiliates, I mean, they're recruiting their affiliates, but their affiliates, that fourth bullet there, that fourth arrow, though their affiliates do become your affiliates. I mean, some of them anyway. That's why you said that
because to imply your affiliates, that would mean that implies a direct contractual relationship between you and those affiliates, and that's not the case. And as I keep going down on my slides, you're going to see very clearly that most affiliate networks go to great lengths to make sure that connection between you and them is severed. Like a Chinese Great Wall of China kind of thing. No,
I get it completely. I get it. They have their own relationship, but all I'm saying is that then their affiliates then are the ones. Some of their affiliates are the ones who end up, doing some of the work to drive.
We're gonna get if you're patient, I'm gonna get into that towards the slide, and I'll explain it to you in a more detailed way. But we'll get into the pitfalls in a second. You could drop that up as bad grammar. And notice I didn't say mine, I say your. Meaning I'm addressing you guys. Affiliate networks tracking sales leads. Okay, I don't want, this is going to get too boring. So these are popular affiliate networks. Amazon Associates is one, LinkShare, ClickBank, RevenueWire, Avangate. They have an affiliate program, CleverBridge, PeerFly, Impact Radius. Actually, it's a big platform for affiliates. Rakuten is actually enormous, and they own LinkShare. And of course, CJ. So you got some examples there. There are more. If you go on Google, you can look for the top affiliate networks on the internet, and you see these are in the top 20. A lot of the ones you see right there.
Hey, Alvin.
Yes.
Are these guys? This is Dennis. Are all these guys focused on software, or I mean, imagine some of them go much further than software.
ClickBank goes much further than software. CJ goes much further than software. But a lot of the ones that you see here relate to some kind of traffic, blog, and there's a lot of software action in this. Software is the biggest chunk of the revenue in that ecosystem. And again, if you pay attention, they range. When I say software, it could be like us, it could be like B2B, right? Like lead generation software B2B. Like you see even dentist software for the dentist office. That's more of a B2B type of thing. So it's a spectrum, Dennis.
Yeah.
Hey, Alvin, one other thing. I think just for those who aren't that familiar, that I think I'm not sure you mentioned it. Maybe I missed it, but what each of these guys also brings to the table beyond their network of affiliates is the payment processing, right? Everything goes through them.
Not all of them. The ones that I know of for sure, RevenueWire, payment processing, Derivative payment processing, CleverBridge, payment processing. Did I put Avangate here? Yeah, they're there. Payment processing. But Impact Radius, no. Amazon, yes. CJ, no. So some of them are purely an affiliate network, and you have to bring your processing, and then some of them have both.
Okay.
I don't believe, Natalia, if you're on the call, just say hello.
Well, she's muted.
She's muted.
Hello, I'm muted. Hey, guys.
Yeah. PeerFly, purely affiliate network, no processing, right?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. And ClickBank, processing and affiliate network, but ClickBank goes beyond software. They sell things I care not to say on this call. Everything's for sale on ClickBank. You want human body parts? They got them. You can sell your dog on ClickBank. Okay. How do we handle Wayward affiliates? We're going to get to the heart of the matter. All right. So I'm going to pause on this chart. Right now, I have to actually put that red source, my past experiences, my personal opinion over 20 years. Everything you see there is based upon my assessment of the affiliate world, right? If you guys want to find some counter opinion out there, hey, I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm only telling you what I believe, right? This is my belief, right? Based on my experiences, you know, so take it with a grain of salt, but this is my worldview on it. So my worldview on affiliates is that managing affiliates is risk management. And I'm going to get into some slides after this one, which show, you know, that, you know, I even attempted managing affiliates directly back in 2004. I'll get into that. And basically, my colleagues and I closed the affiliate program. You know, we said we don't want to deal with these people. It's done. It's too much work. It's a lot of tracking. And by the way, I'll say something that probably Dennis would love, right? You know, if you feel that, you know, you're incurring an immense amount of risk, possibly even ruining your brand. I don't know your business models. I know that I'm playing the long game, and my brand, my reputation, the quality of my products are very important to me, right? So that was one of the reasons why we did that. I didn't open an affiliate program again. You know, I'll give you a little background. From 2004 all the way to 2011. So for many, many years, I operated the internet without affiliates. And the reason for that is because it's a lot of risk management, right? You know, because I'm going to say this, and I said this in Vegas, and I'll say it again in this meeting. You know, not all affiliates, because you see this like a little bell curve there. I'm going to get into that. But generally speaking, you know, an affiliate has nothing to lose because he's just a publisher of a website. He could close his website, open a new website. Some websites, of course, are harder because they got great placement. They invested a lot on it, and I'll get into that in a second. They don't all come in the same flavor. But what I'm pointing out is that you, the app maker, if you're listening on this call, you got the most to lose because you got an application, code, developers, budgets, branding, reputation, you know, and you're investing a lot of time, money, and energy to build a great piece of software. And then you can have, you know, somebody out there, you know, if you're not managing that correctly, that could literally tarnish your brand. And in this business, and I'm sure all you guys know, you know, our brand is everything. You damage that brand, that's going to hurt you, right? So there's risk. Now, I'm not poo-pooing on the affiliate world at all, right? So I'm going to just say that my view on the affiliate world is neutral, meaning properly managed and regulated, they could be incredibly useful. But if you're not on top of that kind of stuff, in my case, I'm with an affiliate network who are quote unquote experts. This is what they do. But even then, you know, there will be differences in opinion, and even situations where I would say, well, there could be disciplinary action, but I felt that perhaps I did not want my product represented by that affiliate of that network, you know, pushing that product. And I say, you know what? I want them out. I'm going to get into how extreme I was when you go further down on cutting back on some of these people. So my view on the spectrum is like this, right? It's, you know, if you notice all the way on the right, I say white hats. But it's really, you know, I'm going to make a joke. I'm from New York, so I'm going to make a little joke, and it goes like this. It's kind of like New York snow. It's white, but there's a little bit of filth on it. You know what I mean? It's like a light gray is the way I could describe it. Because if an affiliate is completely Alaskan white snow, well, he's not making any money. And it's not because they're willfully doing it. If you go further back on my charts, an affiliate is a profit-driven individual or group. Their sole perspective on the universe is raw profit, performance. Because if they don't get those sales in, or they don't get those leads in, or whatever performance metric they're weighed by, they don't make any money. So that's their view on the world, right? So, you know, and some of them who are more invested, who have sites which they cannot just simply turn off, Well, those are the most likely ones that are going to be more compliant. You can certify them. They're going to cooperate. They want to be part of the club. They're playing in affiliate terms the long game in affiliate terms. But as you go up into the middle, I call it the gray zone, which is to me they're the majority. There's going to be little things that are not going to pass certain elements. So those require more enforcement. Those are the ones that basically where most of the trouble lies because they're going to be less cooperative. And then as you go down towards the black hats on the other side of the universe, well, those guys, very difficult to find because some of them don't even need websites. Those guys will pay a zombie net to just push a loader and basically mass push software out there. So those are much harder to detect, right? The low-hanging fruit of affiliates, from a regulatory and from a compliance perspective, are the ones towards the right because they have more invested on their sites, and those are the guys who, when you complain to the affiliate network, these guys are like stable guys. Usually, affiliate network will vouch for them and say, "Look, they messed up. We'll just change the page." They're ready to make changes. They're serious about their business. In fact, as you go more towards the right side, towards the whites, let's go to the white hats, they're more like businessmen. They value what they have. They value their content. They're putting good stuff out there. And maybe they didn't qualify by ACR, 014, 016. But if you tell them, hey, what you're doing, you need to change this, they will do it. They will take advice. They will cooperate. But as you go further towards that left side, those guys don't care. Their websites are ephemeral. They could take them down at any moment in time. They have all kinds of complex ways of traffic generation. That's the wild, wild west of the internet. That's where the, with the rubber meets the road on all the stuff you guys probably seen over the years on the web. They're from that realm, that realm west of the middle, and that's the challenging point. So,
Alvin,
go ahead.
Alvin, I just wanted to add one thing that what I've noticed also, this is Dennis again. One thing that I've noticed out there is that you say that the black hats are really bad and the gray hats have things to lose. They've invested quite a bit.
Not the grays, what I call the whites, but let's say a portion of the grays. Go with that.
Cool. Yeah. So the right half of the gray curve, right?
Yeah.
They have a lot to lose. But there's another pressure on these guys as well. Is that if you have one app who's well managing their affiliates, those affiliates can just move to another app who isn't as strict. And I think that's the pressure we have to think about as well.
Well, actually, I'm going to bring that up on my next slides because when I push back, I'm going to get into that. When I push back, and you're making me jump, but I was going to get to that.
Sorry about that.
When I push back, I lost those affiliates. Their affiliates say, well, you have to comply with this, right? I'm working with Dennis. I'm working with Apostine, right? And you know what they did? They left me. They said, bye-bye. I'm not going to name the competitor they went to because he might be in this room. I don't want to start like a drama in this conversation. But, in reality, all they would have to do is change a few links, and they would have complied with your stuff, right? But they refused to, and I lost them. And I lost revenue, by the way, by these people within the same affiliate network, going back to their affiliate network and say, well, if Enigma is going to be so strict, I'm going with the other side. I'm hoping that when you go out there and start, pounding some behind, that, I'm not giving away my business. I'm complying because I want to be compliant. I'm playing the long game. But privately between us, I'm not too happy of the fact that I just lost a lot of revenue, and you're going to see in my next slides, I pretty much got rid of 70% of the standing affiliates that Revenue Wire had in there with me. They're not very happy with me either because I have a good converting app, but I care about my brand, and I was prepared to lose a lot of people, and I lost a lot of people because of this. You know what I mean?
I got good news for you when it's my turn to talk. So
no, I'm not gonna steal your thunder. I'm just letting you know. So,
But hold on, Alvin. What you are illustrating, I think, is an important point, which is And we talk about this in CleanApps.org all the time, which is we have a bunch of companies who are stepping up and want to do really good business and do it the right way, but it's very frustrating for them to do that and then suddenly feel like, okay, well, what's the reward? Right, I'm doing it the right way, and again, you guys heard the automobile analogy. I'm now going to start driving 65 miles per hour, and then there are these cars whizzing by me at 100 miles per hour, and they're basically eating my lunch. And that's really what you're saying here, right? I mean, you're basically saying the frustration for you is when you do this the right way, so that there may still be some entities who are then doing it the wrong way. And Dennis is going to share some good news, I know. But this is the challenge, right? Doing it the right way, but also having there be accountability for those who don't do it the right way.
I'm being hopeful that when we, go deep, when Dennis goes deeper in there, and I don't want to jump Dennis, because this is my presentation. It's my mic right now, but I'm sure you're going to tell me when it's your mic that some of those folks who went over there say, well, the app maker's going to be called out. You're all scumbags. They say, well, you know what? I don't want to play with this guy anymore. I'm going to comply. And I say, well, let's say they come back my way, and I go, okay, well, you got to comply against these rules. Okay, I'll comply. And at the end of the day, a lot of them may message me and call me and say, hey, you're a good product. You convert very well. Oh, fine, I'm going to comply. I don't want to deal with this guy. This guy's dirty. But right now, their mindset is to profit. They don't really care because they haven't felt the pain. So when they feel the pain, maybe the next time we have a meeting like this, I'm going to say that my sales went up and a lot of them came back to me. Sorry, let me move on, because how are we doing on time? Ooh, I got.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's go into how do we typically detect Wayward affiliates. I was trying to find some image. It was kind of funny, so I kind of put this little cheesy bandit thing. It was 1 a.m, David. So I wanted just to put something silly. So there you go. So anyway, so how do we detect affiliates? All right. So here's the reality. So my organization, we're web SEM type people, so we're very, very in tune with who's coming up on certain keywords on the internet. So I can't say that I can see the whole internet, but I care about the ones which are on the main keywords that we care about, where we know where the traffic is, and there's a whole science behind that, which goes beyond the scope of this meeting. So usually we see them move up and down in that scale, and if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, that's usually when we find them. So you can say that Google does a lot of the heavy lifting for us in that type of situation. A lot of our users, when they see something funny, because remember, let me pause on point number 2. Although I'm here on Clean Apps as an app publisher, I also have basically an AV business. So not everybody's like me. I kind of have 2 hats. Not I, but Enigma and the people within Enigma. So we publish utility apps, but we also have Spa Hunter, which is an AV. So because I have kind of like 2 bites on the apple, I happen to have a research group that also looks at things. We have a big tech support group that gets all the calls from our users. We have a built-in ticketing system within the app. So if there's anything on the internet, we usually get a lot of reports from users. We get a lot of reports from, let's say, guys who have, let's say, a site, and maybe some affiliate is misbehaving and posting something in that. We get those complaints. We have an abuse section of people very active. We get all the calls, and we're very quick to take action. Very quick. We also monitor cyber squatters. Now, you guys are going to love this. So a lot of affiliates, the bad ones, the ones on the, let me go back up, on that side of the scale, going towards the left. I'm going to keep going back to that chart. I wish I had it like floating. They're lazy. So a lot of them, you know what they like to do? They join the affiliate program, and they start creating misspellings of your own domain, cyber squatting on your keyword. So you catch a lot of them like that. I mean, that's a big chunk that we basically threw out. We complained to the affiliate network for that. So they're actually stealing my own traffic to make money. So that's parasitic. But then it gets better. Then they want to steal the traffic of your competitors on their keywords to steal their traffic in order to sell your product. We find that to be, I don't like that being done to me, and I would not like to do that even with my worst enemy competitor on the internet. I find that unconscionable. So those usually go out. And not all of them, but the ones who are more like web-driven type of affiliates, we could usually pick them up by the referral traffic on our analytic logs and things like that, and then we'll kind of guesstimate who they are, right? So Apostine reports to us. And a few times or in the future, Apostine, that's Dennis, reported to us some affiliates have violated the ACRs. And what we did with that, we'll get into that in the next slide. We already pretty much communicated with the affiliate network. Dennis was part of that process with us. He was CC'd, worked with us. Everything was very good. The affiliate network cooperated with us, did what they were supposed to do. So there was a good teamwork effort to curtail people that weren't following the rules of the ACRs. Okay, our affiliate network, RevenueWire, does not disclose the identity of the affiliates. I'm going to show you what I mean. So that's kind of like a snippet of what the affiliate report looks like. So you get basically the affiliate ID, but no URL or any identifiable information on who they are. I kind of left on my own to figure it out based on all the pointers I mentioned above. So that's basically my current method. That's just the way that it's structured. And we were talking about how we find them on Google. So depending on, let's say, a keyword like this, which is a valuable keyword, now those two are not my affiliates, but there's some, I don't know if one is the other. I don't know which is which, but I know the one at the bottom used to be mine, but then went with the competitor. I can't have to say out loud. So usually we see them there. You see me right there also, right above. That would be me, right? So that's a Malwarebytes affiliate. That's a Malwarebytes affiliate. So you got different affiliates pretty much competing for those keywords, and that's how we kind of have a clue of who a lot of these people are. Let me just move forward. What the hell am I doing? Okay. I have to hit the key hard. Okay. So what is our course of action towards Wayward affiliates? So, and I have to put it in red because I got to point it out. So we notify the affiliate network to either terminate or discipline the affiliate as soon as humanly possible. So we have terminated over 70% of affiliates on RevenueWire. Now, when I say terminated, that's actually not exactly 100% correct. There's terminations, but a lot of them simply just left because, well, I guess it's terminated by compliance, if you want to put it in perspective. Some of them were prior Apostine, so that's kind of sort of clarify that. But most of them were because of Apostine. So let's take it from that perspective. We closed our direct affiliate program when we had an affiliate program and terminated 100% of the affiliates back in 2004, way prior to Apostine. So that's before we even met Dennis and everybody else in there. We did not attempt to deal with an affiliate program and affiliates until the year 2011. I mentioned that earlier. Due to the complex risk management involved in working with web affiliates, I should have put directly after the web affiliates. Okay. So we have a no tolerance doctrine towards affiliates. However, most affiliates do not share our extreme views. They call my views extreme, so I'm calling it extreme views. But we are forcing them to do so. So, so I, as an app maker who cares about my brand, I'm making great effort, pushing hard. In other words, I'm participating in the process to actually drive these standards, not just to the affiliates, but forcing the affiliate network, if they want me to advertise in their network, to enforce these standards. Because, it's not, Dennis could hit the affiliate network or hit the affiliate, but he also requires the cooperation of app makers like us to regulate and clean that airspace, So, and what else do I have here? So I have some recommendations to app makers, affiliate networks.
I have a question. So you're saying you have a no tolerance doctrine and you're forcing to do it, but at the end of the day, you're having to do this through the network. In other words, let's pick in RevenueWire as a for instance. You have to get RevenueWire to contact the affiliate on your behalf and lay down the rules or the law, right? How much help are you getting from them in that? How quick, how responsive are they with that?
Well, so far they've been very responsive. Dennis is actually part of the process, so he saw with his own eyes how they operate. And also, keep in mind with that, when you say an affiliate network, they're more than just an affiliate network. They're merchant of records. They're handling refunds. They're handling billing calls. They're recruiting those people to be able to go in there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit there and recruit affiliates. That's not. I make software. I have my own direct marketing that I do on the internet with SEO, SEM. I don't want to hire 15, 60 more people to do that. That's why there's affiliate networks out there for people like myself who don't want to do that. They have a whole staff team to go through all that stuff. It's not a perfect system, right? But it will be very costly or cost prohibitive for me to actually have that internally, right?
I just want to jump in and say a couple of things as well. It's when we see something and we mention to RevenueWire, hey, we're noticing that this site with this affiliate ID is doing something. So either our users point it out or app team point it out, and we give it to RevenueWire. RevenueWire contacts that affiliate. Now, the problem with affiliates at the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to do, and they don't understand. It's like a criminal. A criminal won't understand until you end up putting him in jail. So if we sense, RevenueWire or us, if we see that affiliate is not making any effort to make any changes, hasn't even responded to RevenueWire's request, then we have the option to tell Revenue, okay, this affiliate is basically not cooperating at all and doesn't care, so please remove him from promoting Spy Hunter. And then you can most of the time we get it. RevenueWire tells, oh, by the way, the affiliate just contacted, they're working with us, and that's the only way. And sometimes they just disappear altogether and they're terminated permanently.
Okay.
And who was that, Bogdan?
Yeah.
Bogdan, you little rascal. So, yeah, it's always you, isn't it? You also got to keep in mind that the large portion of affiliate management and affiliate operations on the internet are through these networks. So for software makers like us who want to advertise our products, because they have those networks of affiliates, if you take it in perspective, it's no different than going to Google, right? I pay Google, and I want to, let's say, use Google AdSense, and then you see those little things that appears on all those different websites, those AdSense ads, right? So the affiliates, Google's actually doing the same thing as an affiliate network. Forget about their AdWords on their main search engine. Their AdSense is like an affiliate network because they pay the publishers, per click for those ads in there. So, so you're getting a twofer out of these networks because you're getting distribution, right? You're getting additional manpower that you don't have to pay up front for. So there are advantages. So if you are going to operate with these are big companies, are billion-dollar companies like Digital River and companies like that, or Amazon. If you're going to use an affiliate network, well, when you have your relationship with the affiliate network, you should have expectations up front on, for example, that if you call them, and you complain about how some affiliate that you found is not behaving very well, and that network refuses to cooperate with you. Say, no, I don't care. We're making money. We're gonna write it down. Well, you got to fire the network. Right. So you as the app maker at one point will have to even evaluate your relationship with these different parties, right? In most cases, these guys are established businesses and they want to do the right thing. They don't want to do the wrong thing. And if you're not happy about something, they're just going to pull it off. I mean, that's basically what these guys are going to do. Right. Rarely they're going to disobey you or something like that. So that's the other deal. Now, you got other app makers who are not as picky as we are, right? Names I can't have to say out loud because they took, again, a portion of my affiliates, the affiliates that used to promote my products. And basically, they ended up making that money, and I lost that money. And I would love to see a change in that. So, anyway. So, these are my records.
Like one thing, though, most of these networks also have a self-service option too, where you can manage an affiliate's commission or remove them from your program yourself. You don't need their input.
Yeah, but those are not the networks who are going to be merchant of records. The networks which I'm dealing with, they're not going to give you a self-service.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to have a self-service because
Commission Junction does.
I don't want to work a Commission Junction because I have to use my staff to be involved in something like that, and that adds cost to me. So I'd rather deal with an affiliate network that is managed, that has a team that does it 24/7, because at the end of the day, my people are focusing on building software and marketing software.
Well, that's just personal preference, though, right? I'm just saying
that's personal preference. I'm not gonna get into personal preference. That's my preference. It's my presentation. This is the world according to me.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I thought it was worth mentioning that, like, these companies, you know, one that some of them respond, some of them work with you in different ways, but a lot of them allow you to manage the things that you're talking about. Like you're talking about your policies for managing affiliates. A lot of them allow you to do that yourself. If you want to take action, you don't need to wait for someone to get back to you. You can terminate an affiliate, adjust their commission, whatever yourself if you needed to.
Yeah, just bear in mind though that Uncle Dennis here is going to hold you personally responsible for the actions of those individual affiliates, right? And also, I don't want to get into legal. You also run direct legal responsibility of those people. So you got to be very careful if you're going to manage affiliates directly yourself. For that, you might as well have your own private affiliate program. You don't need a network for that.
I wasn't proposing that. I'm just saying that, you know, if you're working with Commission Junction or Cleverbridge, and you're trying to delete a troublesome affiliate, you could do that yourself in a faster way than having to wait for Cleverbridge to get back to you.
Yes, but there's other caveats associated with that. So so again, it's a personal preference. I'm not going to get into that conversation. I just want to move on because I got to make time here.
Sure.
All right. So we notify the affiliate network, either terminate. Okay, we went over this. Okay. Okay. All right. Recommendations to affiliate makers, affiliate networks, and how do we manage Wayward affiliates? Okay. So I'm going to skip the first one. It's essential to monitor daily bogus leads and sales. You know, even though you get the ID, you know, there's still the realm of chargebacks, right? Because you can actually see the chargeback rate or refund rate on a particular ID. So a lot of times, even without even looking at the website or anything like that, if you see an affiliate that's creating high chargebacks or is creating high refunds, that we can see, you know, usually it's an indicator that something's not right with that individual affiliate. So a lot of times, even without seeing the website or anything like that, there were affiliates that we just have to just say, you know what, this guy is no good. Just take him out. I see high chargebacks. Refund rates are high, you know, and also because of the affiliate ID, if there's a lot of complaints or anything about it, usually indicated this guy, we couldn't see who they were, but they were doing something they weren't supposed to be doing, right? If you know, I don't know why I have that there, but if you are managing your affiliates directly, you know, reject unsuitable affiliates. If you are within an affiliate network and you find an unsuitable affiliate, report it to the network, have them taken down. Police your affiliates, especially if they're stealing PPC traffic, usually cyber squatters, people like that, cyber squatting your competitors, that sort of thing. App makers selling their products on affiliate networks must enforce and notify the affiliate network managers to terminate and rectify bad acting affiliates, and in my opinion, no exceptions. Request that affiliate networks enforce the ACRs to the affiliates, and in fact, the app makers can request it as a requirement to the affiliate managers of the affiliate network, which is our current policy with RevenueWire.
And just to be clear, the ACRs are the Steam app certification requirements. So you're basically saying, hey, to the affiliate network, you should make sure that your folks you comply with that, right?
That is correct. And
okay.
Lastly, if the affiliate network is not respecting your wishes, in other words, they're not cooperating, they're completely, you know, profit-driven to the point that they don't care about any form of compliance, well, guess what? Terminate them. They are your vendor at the end of the day. And that's what an affiliate network is. A reseller, affiliate network, it's a reseller, it's a vendor. You could terminate them. You have a contract. You know, if they don't respect your wishes and they're you know, putting your brand at risk, fire them, you know, and go to another network. And as I showed before, you know, there's tons of them on the internet. You know, it's a competitive business, and they want your business. So it's, hold on, let me go down. Thank you for listening. Any questions, or should we wait till Dennis completes his and then we have questions together?
I think that's what we should do. So let me now, I'm going to put up, so thank you, Alvin.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And now I'm going to, if you can, you should close out.
I'm trying to turn off that screen. Hold on.
Yep.
There you go. I think I'm off.
And then Dennis, I'm going to put up your presentation.
Thank you. While you're doing that, I just want to say, Alvin, you know, if every app maker cared for and controlled their brand as much as you did, we wouldn't have much to do here. That'd be very nice.
Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, I would. I mean, yeah, I think everybody cares about their brand. It's getting people to control that brand. I think that's what Alvin's big thing was, right? He actually has controls in place for it, and I love that. Okay, so we updated our affiliate and download site policy, so I'm going to do a quick review of that, and then I have a bunch of recommendations. I only have 11 slides, so it shouldn't take that long to get through this, and we'll save plenty of time for questions. So next slide, please, David. Okay, so this is just a timeline approach of what's been going on for us, about how we've been trying to wrap our brains around affiliates, especially deceptive ones and deceptive download sites and download managers. Back when we started and we started calling out issues and we started certifying apps, our approach was, you know, affiliates are kind of outside of our wheelhouse. We don't really know what to do about them, so we'll just inform apps when we find bad affiliate behavior and then hope they take action. And that worked with some success. We didn't really have a good way to find bad behavior, though, going on. We only got it when like an app's competitor would report it to us saying, hey, these guys are eating my lunch. They're doing bad things. How come you don't do something about it? That's how we kind of like dealt with them then. Starting a year ago in March 2018, we changed our app certification requirements, focusing on download managers, where we added some more rules for how they presented the offers and how they presented their download manager to hit specifically for download sites, which in essence are an affiliate, right, of your product. But that's just one aspect of it. In August of 2018, we added a new policy called our supply chain accountability policy, where we basically said is that if your app uses unethical or deceptive supply chain partners, then we're going to hold your app accountable as well. And so, for instance, we use a bad call center, you use a bad affiliate network, you have bad affiliates who are offering your products, you have something wrong in your distribution chain or in your production chain or in your support post-sales chain, we're going to hold you accountable for that as well. And so that was a pretty important step for us to take in August. And that you know, expanded our reach a bit more into this area. And then in October 2018, we started going directly for affiliates, and we were focused on, I think detractor is a pretty strong word these days because they have been cleaning up, but essentially the how to remove sites. So like I think Alvin used a few examples of that out there. These are affiliate sites focused on, you know, how to help people get rid of malware and adware
yes.
and spyware out there. But we focused a lot on these sites for calling out, especially for when they make false promises that the software is going to do it, actually download. When they have auto downloads that you click an ad for download and it's not an offer and you get the software on your box. I think there was one other thing we called them out for. I don't remember right now. But those were the two big ones, a false promise and the auto download. And then in April this year, so just this month, we added a little bit more detail into what an affiliate would need to do or what an affiliate network needs to monitor for and what an app needs to care about. And that's essentially for affiliates, a lack of specificity about what is on their how to remove site, for example, or their affiliate site in general. And then download sites for their confusing ads or masquerading ads and masquerading their download managers. So I have examples of the new stuff that we added in there on the next few slides. So any questions here? No? Okay. Since we already switched to the next slide, that's okay. I just put this link out there so you can see we published a blog on April 5th that talked about the guidance. I think a lot of affiliates and download sites got confused. They thought our language was probably too high level. So this last weekend, we put out another blog that got a little bit more prescriptive. And so I'm going to give a summary of that new prescriptive guidance, which was hopefully a lot more direct and made more sense. So next slide, please, David. So if you're an affiliate site, right? And whether you're an affiliate site selling, offering one piece of software, or whether you're an affiliate site that is a how to remove site with lots of content, and you're offering one or more pieces of software, these are the rules. The first 3 rules have existed since October, and we added one new one. That's what I want to focus on, is getting specific in your descriptions of the threat. And we believe that this is very important. We believe that it's unfair to consumers to write scary generic words about a site without doing any of your own verification of that data there, or just leaving it vague and scary. Just like an app can't be vague and scary, neither can an affiliate site. So I have 2 examples of that on the next slide. One that I felt bad about, and one that I felt good about. So the bad one is the one on the left. I hope you guys can see that. But essentially, if you read that text on this slide for Driver Fixer, I don't know, I think Driver Fixer might be something that's a deceptor these days. But Driver Fixer, essentially, this same wording, other than the word Driver Fixer, exists on many, many of their sites, many of their pages. And it could refer to a driver updater or a driver support or a driver whatever. It's all the same friggin' words. The only thing that changed is the name of the product. And that we consider vague and unspecific, because it's really not saying anything other than you need to buy the product that we're offering. On the right-hand side, I went to for the same product, Driver Fixer. I went to another site and I saw a lot more detail. I found out who the company was. I found out what got installed. I found out what the hash of it was. All kinds of specific information tied to just that app. There is a huge difference between the left side and the right side. We like the stuff on the right side. We will call out the stuff on the left side as a deceptor. I'm going to just pause there for a second just to make sure there's no questions on that. I mean, these are extremes. There's nothing, and I want to be clear, there's nothing wrong with having a generic statement as part of it, but if you don't have any specifics, then you're not doing your job as an affiliate. And if you're using an affiliate who's not doing their job, it's not going to be good for you either. So we really, really wish to make this change. We're making it, and we're hoping affiliates can adapt to it. The questions on this? Everybody's on mute. Maybe not. Okay, so we'll go on then, David. The next slide. Leave more time for questions. Download sites got 3 new rules. One is we got to make sure they actually had permission to have that app that they stored or downloaded. So a lot of these download sites have been copying the app over to their own site in their own download place, and we just want to ensure that they have permission to do that. We see a lot of, for instance, Microsoft and Adobe apps that are copied over, and we know that there's no permission to do that. A lot of games get copied over as well, and we know they don't have permission to do that either. So that's one. 2 is if you're going to install a download manager and not the app that you just told the consumer you're going to install, you got to make sure you let the consumer know that they're going to get this download manager. And if you don't, then we're going to consider that as you're masquerading, and you're going to fail, and you'll be a deceptor. And the third one is a set of ads, either located around or masquerading as a download button. And I have some examples on the next slide about that third one. So David, if we go forward one. And so I got 2 examples that I was unhappy about and 1 example that I was happier about. And so if you look on the left-hand side there, this was on a Softonic site, you'll see there's a download button, and there's an ad right above it with its own download now button. And we believe that was placed in a way, I think the advertiser knows that they're on a download site, and they're able to construct an ad that works well with this download site. And we want that download site not to let that happen.
Hey, Dennis?
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt, but I will call out Google on that, because those are coming in from AdSense. So if Google's allowing download buttons to appear like that, and of course the site publisher could it's going to place AdSense where it is. In essence, the bad network is Google. I hate to say it.
No, but I agree. It's just that, so if you're if you're a download site and you know this is happening, and you're like thrilled to death because Google's AI is helping you make a shitload of money because everyone's clicking on that wrong download button, so you're all excited about it. Google's happy, you're happy. The only one unhappy is that customer who, or the consumer who didn't get what he wanted. He got something else on his box. And so that's the one I'm trying to protect. And I get it.
I don't want to have a debate, but, you know, the chicken and the egg situation, if the app maker, the affiliate network, and the affiliate are responsible, just because Google's Google, doesn't, you know, they should stop that. They should say, we don't allow buttons in our ads. End of story.
I agree. And so the way I'm getting to them is I'm showing these examples. We're calling out the download sites, and we're working with Google to get them to change.
So there's a second download button there too, Dennis. What's that other one there?
The other one's the real one. The reason you went to the download site, you wanted to get this ExpressVPN piece of software.
Yeah.
The question is which one does the consumer click on? And
the bigger one.
we know, well, they click on, yeah, I mean, I would imagine a lot of them click there, and that's why that ad evolved and was placed there, because it generates good revenue. So we get
actually,
it.
Dennis, no, there's actually stupidity, because the big button on the top makes you less money as an affiliate. The little button at the bottom is the money maker, because that's the per action affiliate. So actually, that affiliate is just a retard, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Well, Softonic's not acting as an affiliate here. Softonic's making us money from the ads, right? So they're giving you a free download, non-affiliate sale product, and they're making their money from the ad. So
they'd rather make money from the click than to make money from the download. I guess in their case, it probably will make sense, and that's why they did it like that.
It's a volume game for them, right, Alvin?
Yeah, it's a volume game for them, yeah, because they got a lot of traffic, and they're not really converting much on those free trials. So they probably say, screw it, we're just going to confuse it, put the two buttons, and get the click-through on the ad from Google, and let Google pay me.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the next bad one. That's the guy on the bottom. So this was on download.com. I just happened to look at CCleaner, and I saw this little ad on the right-hand side from MacKeeper, which essentially is designed to masquerade. I mean, it shows how long it's going to take to download and file size and everything. So that's an example of another bad ad that's sitting here on this site.
Google.
Well, CNET, as funny as CNET used to have very, very strict policies on this, on download.com. They used to require a border around every ad, and they allowed users to never use green buttons.
Where's the border? I don't see the border.
No, I'm saying that, because when you allow AdSense to do it, you don't get to have your own ad policy. You're allowing Google to dictate the ads.
So actually, you do get your own policy. I was doing some research this morning. AdSense does allow you to control this. So, for instance, download could go into their AdSense console, and they could say, you know what? No more MacKeeper, or no more ads with these keywords, or no more.
Or you can define which advertisers, but you can't say, I don't want green buttons, can you?
Well, if not, I want to work with Google to get them there. But
you know what, Dennis, I think you should hold out Google responsible, because they're the ones allowing that, and they're the funnel going in. And if you deal with them, you're not going to see that ever again, regardless of the publishers.
Yeah. So the furthest we've gotten so far with Google is that after 2 years of asking them, they finally said you can't use just download on a button. So now everyone says download now, or start now, or do load, or some other crappy way to say this, because they're so slow on their policy changes. So I just don't have the patience to wait for them. And in the meantime, consumers are still getting screwed. So we're going to keep calling out the download sites, because they know that these things are generating clicks, and their job is to monitor these pages to make sure consumers aren't fooled. So we're going to hold them responsible, and then the apps associated with them responsible for it. Just the way it's going to be, and I will keep working with Google to try and get them to fix it. It's just I'm not going to wait for them to fix it. So I get it, and I agree, but at the same time, what do you do about the consumers getting screwed? And I care about them more than I care about, finding the root cause. Yes, it's Google everywhere. I get it, but if I still want to protect the consumers in the meantime.
Size matters, I guess, but that's just me.
It's not the size. Think about this. The reason you have an AV is because you think the big guys can't do it well enough, right? So you have the same thing. You have to go solve the problem when the big guys can't solve it. So that's what we're going to do.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So on the top right side is one that I felt pretty good about. It's clear there's a download button. Other people say buy now and stuff like this. This was File Hippo as an example, right? Which I felt there's no consumer who's going to get fooled about where they need to click. So that's the difference between the good and the bad in this case.
Hey Dennis, as well. Can I ask a question if you're done on the slide?
Sure. Well.
So I had to step out of the room for 3 minutes. So you may have talked about this, and if you have already, apologies. I'll just watch it on the tape. Just going back to slide 4, your all affiliates. You kind of throwing up 4 things that they all have to do. I just want to know your feeling about sites, kind of that, to all intents and purposes, look like editorial sites, but are there to make money, which is fine. I have no problem with anyone making money. But what about sites that are sort of looking like impartial editorial content, needing to disclose that they are in fact marketing sites? Do you have a feeling about that?
Yeah, the closest I've got to that is the number 2 one here, Will. To make it clear you're an affiliate of the app you're promoting and not the maker of the app. Or I guess we could extend it to say it's not just the maker, it's also not an independent reviewer.
Like top 10 reviews, you mean? Like that kind of thing?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
No, I mean, sure. I mean, that, or just, and we kind of looked at a few, Alvin called out a few examples earlier of things, of sites that are constructed to look like blogs, right? To look like somebody writing about things as a kind of non-paid non-paid observer. As journalism, as editorial.
The best example is Wayward, right?
When in fact the purpose of that site, and that site is constructed purely as an affiliate site.
Yeah, I gotta say I hate that stuff, Will. I have a very strong opinion. We just gotta formulate.
It's a pretty fuzzy area, huh? Like you destroy every mummy blogger out there.
Yeah, but hold on. Well, I'm sorry, but Lifehacker. Try to put an article on Lifehacker. You have to pay them for the article. So
sure,
nothing in Lifehacker. Lifehacker is nothing more than a big, gigantic paid affiliate website, right?
Sure.
So, and you also got to keep in mind that companies like Adobe and Microsoft I'm going to throw that out because they're in this in One Network Direct and places like that, right? And Adobe, they're going to have these paid, per content type of sites. The whole internet is set up like that. So that's just the reality of the web.
Totally, I understand, but my counterpoint to that is that, if done right, then there should be disclosure of promotional material, and you see that all the time. Like a lot of influencers on YouTube are getting in trouble with the FTC.
Google Webmaster Tools require sites, for example, who are advertising on PPC, to disclose whether they're, what they are. If they're, a reseller, or are they basically the maker? So as far as disclosure, whether you're maker or reseller or affiliate, whatever the designation might be, I agree with you. But to just to say that, some moral call, let's not throw morality here on the internet. There's no morality on the web.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
I don't think it's a moral thing. I think it's a practical thing that I believe that you are required to disclose if something is promotional content. If it is designed to look like editorial content.
Will, if I may, this is Aviv here. If I may throw something out there, there's a differentiation to be made between a legitimate review for a pay, in which the affiliate needs to disclose that that he's an affiliate, and those top 10 sites that you guys refer to. The top 10 sites are strictly, the higher you pay, the higher you'll be placed. And whatever you want written in there, they'll just take it from you and post it out there, without naming any names. Yeah. 9 out of 10 of them just ask you, what do you want us to write? Just give us the review, pay up, and we'll put it out there. The affiliate review sites are slightly different. You can have a very good and legitimate article about your product, and as long as the affiliate clearly states he's an affiliate, it should be okay. But it's a big difference from the top 10 whatever world out there. That's a completely different ballgame.
So
I completely agree with what you just said.
Can you guys hear me?
I second that too. Go ahead.
All right.
Yes,
so
we can, Dennis.
Okay, awesome. What I wanted to throw in here is that, so for Will, to go back to your question, I don't like it. We're working with the AVs right now, specifically on the top 10 sites. I think Avast and Avira are going to be doing a presentation about this at the next AMSTO meeting to see if they can come up with a consensus from AVs about what's the best way to attack this, to be able to see, can we agree on some requirements out there? I mean, my personal preference is to do similar to what magazines do, is that these sites have to make it clear that this is paid advertising content.
I agree with that, Dennis.
Right. So, but we'll have to. I mean, it'll take us probably a few months to get there. The closest thing I got is the second bullet on the slide.
Well, I think that's an interesting separation of types of business models too there, Dennis. Like, there's one where the person is getting paid to write the content and to publish it, and then there's all the other websites on the internet that have some sort of like affiliate-based pricing display. Even CNET, I think, they'll do a legitimate review, and the review is written purely by them, completely independent from the monetization side of the business, and then the advertising team will then go and find ads to put around it. Maybe there'll be ads for the people that were in the review, and then they'll have the pricing, 5 different pricing options, get it from Amazon, get it from here, and all of those they're getting compensated for.
Yep.
But the article itself was not written for the intent of getting paid.
No, they just.
Well, I got news for you. All newspapers write articles with the intent of getting paid. So that's one. And two, you guys are being ridiculous because Google already has standards on affiliate sites or any publisher site to disclose who's paying them. That's already, Google's policy.
Well,
I'm
kind of like there are still some business on the internet. It might be hard to believe that have a church versus state mentality to this. Like they have
no, they don't.
publishers.
That's baloney. That's even newspapers are full of it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to. I
disagree with this completely. Go ahead.
Got 9 minutes to finish my slide.
Yeah, I'd like Dennis to have the closing word on this because I.
Yeah, go ahead, Dennis.
I already gave my closing word. Let's move on. Okay, so the next slide. One more, David. Okay, so here's essentially the way we're going to be trying to enforce this for the world. Our deceptor hunting team is going to look for problems on affiliate sites, download sites, and download. We're going to call them out. Then using our supply chain accountability, we are going to call out the associated apps with those unless these 3 conditions apply. The one is the app has already said, hey, like Alvin's a good example. Alvin has told RevenueWire that please pre-approve all the affiliates, that we're going to use App-Esteem to do that. So if the app is working with us to do that, we're very happy not to call out that app, but yet work with their affiliate network to make that happen. Second path is the app is being certified by us, meaning we have a good relationship with them. And we can just tell them you got affiliate problems, go ahead and clean this up, you need to make this better, and then we'll just do that. And then what applies to both of those cases is that they're working with us in good faith to remediate. And the reason why that third one is there is because we've actually had to call out a few apps who are certified, have authorized us, and are still, that we believe are not working in good faith, and this problem happens all the time with them. And they're not working to improve. They're just saying, hey, if you tell me I have a problem, I'll fix it. Otherwise, screw you. And we don't consider that a good enough control system to have in place. So that's our enforcement policy. And I think, Alvin, it matches what you were suggesting, right? We don't want to rush, right, to hurt apps. We want apps to do the right thing. But we want to help them do the right thing. And the best ways we feel we can help them is to work with their affiliate network if they use one, or work with our certified apps to do it, and we're very happy to do that. We just want them to work with us in good faith.
Dennis, that's great to hear.
Okay, awesome. Because we want you to manage your risk and control it, and we want to help you do it. So
Thank you.
This is our approach. Okay, on the next slide, I have 3 slides that talk about just some guidance that we think applies to, if you're an affiliate, please feel free to check with us if you have questions, but just if you're going to check with us, be ready to fix. So if you check with us and we go look at your site a few weeks later and we see that nothing has changed, it's not going to be great news for you, right? So just if you can try and go stealth, But when you're ready to fix, check with us, and we're very happy to help you. We're also, if we work with your app or your affiliate network, we're happy to pre-approve all this stuff. Right now, that's a totally free service. Eventually, we'll figure out how to charge for that. I don't know how we'll end up doing that. We just got to model it properly. Probably we'll give the first review for free, and if we have to have follow-ups, we'll charge, that kind of stuff. But we feel we want to do this. We think it's good, and we're still experimenting with it. So please come to us, and we're happy to pre-approve. But your app or affiliate network has to be working with us to do that. So we're happy in both these cases. We want to help affiliates get it right. On the next slide, then. This is for download sites. One is, look at your own ad policies and make sure that you're not allowing those download buttons to appear all over the place. Like I looked at a couple sites' ad policies, and they all talk about, yes, if you have a download button, it has to be this big. What the hell do you have a download button for? Just get rid of that allowing the download button. Second thing is, if you're selling your ad space off to the ad networks, you got to monitor it and set appropriate controls. And if your ad network doesn't allow you to control anything, switch to a different ad network. I just gave a link here of where AdSense allows you to control, right, and what they allow you to control for, just as an example. So you're not totally blind. You can actually, you have some control over where the ads go. You can even place them properly on your space. Implement your own monitoring. Don't just wait for us to holler it out. Check your site and see, do I have download buttons in the wrong place? Do I have a download manager that has popped up from somebody that I didn't know about? That kind of thing. Lastly, feel free to check with us in advance, but also be ready to fix. Again, free service for now, and eventually we'll figure out how we can charge you for it. So that's the advice to download sites that they can do all on their own, all with no money, just to get in the right place. We think that's good. And my final slide, I think it's my final slide. Great, since we only have 4 minutes left, is our guidance to the app vendors. It is, David? I think this is it?
Yeah, this is it. Yep.
Yeah, so one is, like, if you're an app vendor, you got an app out there, you're using affiliate networks, great, but remember what Alvin was saying, that it is just a matter of risk management. One way you can greatly reduce your risk, we believe, is if you tell your affiliate network to get pre-approvals, and we're happy to do that, right? It reduces your risk of getting called out, and then we'll work with them. And as long as you're, an app who's certified with us, we're only going to come back to you if that affiliate network becomes a problem. So this is a way you can delegate your risk to the affiliate network. Tell them that it requires a pre-approval in order for them to carry your stuff. We're happy to help there. We really want to see the space cleaned up. We want that level playing field. And the second thing is, if we've warned you about something, please take it seriously. This is how we measure good faith, bad faith. If we see certified apps, and we've done this, right, that don't take any action, or they have repeated offense, or any other kind of bad faith reasons, we are going to revoke the certification and list it as a deceptor. And if you go to our deceptor page and our certification page, and you just look for revoked apps, you'll see examples of where we've had to do this. I hate doing that. You have a paying customer that we have listed as a deceptor. I really don't like that. But at the same time, we're committed to protecting the consumer first and creating that level playing field for the vendors, for the white hats, those who want to be good, those who want to do it the right way. That's all I got, guys. So. All
right, thank you, Dennis. So, go ahead, Dennis.
No, I'm done.
It sounds like what you're trying to do and what Alvin are saying is, there are aspects of things on the internet that Will brought up, and everyone knows that consumers are being confused. But we also have, and many of them are members of CleanApps.org, folks who are trying to get it done right and are committed, and that's where the good faith is, to making sure that their affiliates do it the right way. So what's about to happen is going to be the process to ensure that everything that we can all do together to strike that balance, right, Dennis? So you're committed to protecting consumers and calling out those affiliates that are doing it the wrong way, and you're basically encouraging our members and responsible app makers to work with you to commit in good faith, because if we do that, you're not likely to do anything that's going to disrupt their business. But if they can't control that, if they can't ensure their affiliates can't get it together, that's when things are going to get difficult. Is that a fair summary, Dennis?
Very fair.
Very fair.
Okay, and I want to just throw it out to others on the call, members of Clean Apps and non-members, because this call was open to them. You know, people have questions and comments on how they feel that, you know, what they need to do, whether there are other issues to be raised. I mean, we have found that, Dennis, you've listened a lot to this, and Alvin, you've added a lot, and as an organization at Clean Apps, we're able to shape this because we're all trying to get this balance right. So I just want to urge people on the call, if you have questions and additional comments about the balance, if you think there's some things here that aren't quite right, please ask the question or make the comment.
You might have to take yourself off mute to make that happen.
Yeah, hello, I'm Stefan, I'm an affiliate, and I've got a question because my affiliate network just couldn't answer this for me. Let's say I've got a website and I've got reviews on it with different software, right? And I put an affiliate link. It's totally all right. I call out, I say I'm an affiliate and so on. But let's say one of the programs at some point gets listed as a deceptor, and I can't monitor, like for example, 100 programs which weren't deceptors before, and suddenly they become one. Could I get in trouble for basically promoting a deceptor because I can't? Like, this changes all the time. There are repeat offenders, as you said. There are programs who weren't in your list, then they get in your list, and I probably have a review for them. I've had it for like a year. So my question is, could the chain of how everything works is app vendors are responsible for the affiliates, and am I held responsible as an affiliate for promoting someone who became a deceptor, although I promoted them before they became a deceptor?
Stefan, that's a great question. I think the answer, unfortunately for you, is yeah, eventually we will hold you accountable. Probably not on the first day, and a lot of it depends on how fast that deceptor is to cleaning up. But let's say a deceptor just sits there on the list and they're using affiliates to still find ways to make money even though they're on the list. Eventually, we will start going after those affiliates and reporting them as deceptors in order to get them put more pressure on that app. So I would suggest, I mean, it's not going to happen on day one. When we list an app as a deceptor, we don't call out every affiliate using them. But I do think it's important for you guys to monitor our deceptor list. Maybe you just build it into your controls so you look at the list once a week or so in order to make that happen. And then so you can put some pressure on that app to actually change its behavior.
Okay, thanks for the answer. That's it from me.
Stefan, one piece of advice: if you have bad apps on your website that he listed as a deceptor, delist them from your website.
Yeah, my point is, what if I have a post up and it's been there for a year, for example, and I just don't notice it's a deceptor now. It became a deceptor now. That's my point.
Well, you got to always watch the deceptor list. He has a feed, by the way, Dennis.
Yeah.
One thing you could give affiliates like Stefan is some kind of a feed, or some kind of kind of like an alerter. So if something goes in, they could even automate it and just take the whatever app, because they market multiple things.
Yeah.
So like that, it could automatically be delisted. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Stefan, just pop me an email and I can
Sure.
give you access to the feed. The feed's open for everybody. I'm just going to show you how to use it.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
Stefan, I just one question. I'm assuming you monitor the performance of the various apps you review in terms of their sales, right?
Yes.
If somebody gets listed as a deceptor, your sales will go to zero pretty quickly for that
Probably yes, but that requires me, for example, I gave an example of a review, and this isn't really making that many sales at all. It's one page, so because it's one page for one review, it makes like 3 sales in a month or something. I can't.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a high risk area unless we're having repeated problems with that deceptor.
Okay. Thanks. Oh yeah. One other question for the spyware websites. Basically, your new requirement is to be more specific, correct? And should we get more specific in the offer as well?
No, I think like the offers that you currently have, Stefan, that I've looked at in the past, your offers are good. They cover it well.
Okay.
We're looking for the specificity in the description. I mean, and when the same description is used on many different apps,
okay,
that's a bad sign.
But for example, there needs to be some sort of minimum requirement. How specific should we get? Like how many pieces of information? Because I've got basically a website that has 2,000 pages with different, most of them dead, some of them are not always dead, but if I want to update all of them, I need some sort of minimum requirements. Also, the information that gets posted, that for example in the slide, if you can bring it back up, the slide with the one you liked, like should I remove it.com. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the slide.
Two more back, David.
Yeah, so there's an installation folder and information like that, but we're dealing with spyware. They changed the installation folder and stuff like that and the information all the time, literally all the time. Let's say there's a spyware that goes to a specific website, it redirects there. They change it. They just change it.
Yeah. So look, our deceptor hunters aren't going to be looking through and making sure that link is still live. If even if you said, look, this is what we observed,
yeah,
right, and you give that, I mean, you're getting more specific. I mean, I know on this slide there's a big difference between the left and the right. I mean, I know the left is bad. I know the right is good, and there's probably things in between that I'm still going to consider good, and we're very happy to take a look at some of these if you want to mock some up with us and show us.
Okay, yeah, I will.
More than happy to do that.
Stefan, sorry to interject here. You saw my products, right, on your site, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so it goes back to this. You know, if you're gonna put out content, it's about quality. And again, Google has guidelines on this stuff. Like I hate that we're like reinventing the wheel when we already have that. Google has a quality score on stuff, right? You can't just put garbage. You can't just start repeating. You can't just be plagiarizing. So what you write better be very accurate. You're not going to just throw crap out there, right? You're going to show details of the app, of what does this infection look like? What is this infection? So be a good journalist. You know, what is this? How does it spread? You know, what kind of infection is this? And that's quality content. And Dennis is not going to mess with quality content. He's going to mess with crap, which is people repeating the same crap over and over and over again. Google doesn't like it either. You're not going to get placement on Google with crap. Dennis is going to most likely penalize your site for being a deceptor if you do that. So it's about quality, not quantity. Think about it like that. Am I right, Dennis?
Yep, absolutely.
No, I get the point, and I absolutely agree. I think this is actually a good thing for us because I'm one of the bigger affiliates, and unlike all the small, like Chinese guys, for example, the small websites, I can actually do this. I can do the right side of the picture, But what happens if, for example, they just follow me around and they copy the specific content?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is,
no, I get that. I mean, I've noticed a couple affiliate sites, they actually brand their images. They actually burn their logo onto the image so it won't get stolen. Like they'll take screenshots of the app. I don't know if that's a good, maybe you can do this through images that are watermarked or something. But that's a good point. You want to make sure your stuff doesn't get just screen scraped and stolen by the next guy.
yeah. Which is how they can get around your rules, which is a problem you should think of, is what I'm saying.
If you see somebody does it, report it to Dennis. You'll eat him alive. That's his job.
Well, it depends how much I can, like a watermarked image is one thing, but like program details, the files and stuff, this isn't my information. It's free information. But if everyone just copies from each other, then these rules, the new rule, the specifics, they don't do anything. It might actually backfire if a user, for example, decides to buy some crappy app because he sees specific information and that was just stolen from somewhere. Like I do my research, I can go to
yeah, that's a really interesting thing, and I guess I'm going to have to think about that because I don't know how to solve that. You see a lot of news sites that do that all the time, right?
Can you, Dennis, is there any value, like, are you going to start trying to police this stuff as well? Because there are strategies for handling this. You can honeypot people, so you can put up fake articles, and when someone copies a fake article, then you know they've copied from your site. Like if they're just scraping, for example, like if we had information like that, or someone had information like that, would that be helpful?
I think it would be. Yeah, if everyone honeypotted, that tells everybody a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've obviously got certain sites that do really well for SEO, and they copy those certain pages or certain articles, and people copy those, and you could write some bogus article about how, whatever, pick a topic, and if they're copying all the content from your site, then that article will start appearing on their site.
Well, okay, I am giving you the clear picture of what is going on. We're one of the bigger Spy Hunter affiliates, was Enigma Softwares in Albans, and I've got 3 or 4 small websites who literally just follow me around. They don't exactly copy my content. They just follow me around. Whatever I post, they post the same thing. And whatever, if I get a screenshot or some specific information, they're just gonna copy it, and it's not my information anyway, and nobody can call them out on that. Not really, because it's no one's information.
Are they duplicating the article, or are they writing a similar article?
They're not duplicating the article. They're just.
That's just a competitive space, then, I guess.
Yeah. It's basically I'm making a review of an app, and I'm saying it's PUP, and they're doing the same, and they're writing their own article, but it's still the same thing.
It's a competitive space, and as far as if they're like plagiarizing you completely, that's something else. But if they're rewriting stuff or they're coming up with their own rendition on that, and they're just competing with you, that's the internet. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there's anything Dennis could do about that part.
Well, I'm just bringing up the problem.
I love the idea of going after copycats, but I don't know how to do it yet. But I will ponder it though.
Yeah, Dennis, you don't have to do anything about it. It's called Google. If you copy content on the internet and Google sees you plagiarizing, you get no placement. You wasted your time for nothing.
But I think this is different though. Like they're effectively copying from what he's researched as to what is an important topic to write about, and then writing.
Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that these guys that are copying really aren't too concerned about compliance. They probably have other things wrong with them. So pointing them out to Dennis may expose them for other things that they're doing wrong right?
True.
So
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
these people are putting the minimum amount of effort into things. They're probably doing things wrong anyway. So I think it's probably a worthwhile exercise to go and have a look at them.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Stefan, send me an email. I'm happy to look at their site.
Yeah, and I think this
All
illustrates. Can I just add, Stefan? I think this illustrates. I mean, this is all about a level playing field. That's what this is all about. And so it is important that people submit those candidates. And Will, when you got up and talked about detractors, and Bogdan did that at the meeting a year ago. I just think again, it's really important that people step up and do things as well as they can, but that they also call out the black hats, because that's the only way this thing is going to work.
Okay. That's a fair point.
Other questions or comments?
Nothing from my side.
Okay.
Well, that
All right,
was fun, David. Thank you. Alvin, that was awesome. Nice job.
All right, you guys, hey.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, thank you, Alvin and Dennis. Really special thank you to you for laying all this out. We all know this is a work in progress, but, I think your leadership is helping that progress get faster. I think it's great when people on this call raise these questions, because we got to continue to get this down, and that we're not going to do that overnight. But thank you all for calling. Thank you for this presentations. And as I said, we've recorded this. We'll put this up on the CleanApps.org site. Again, our members represent hundreds of millions of installs, so we have a lot of clout here, and it's great that we can use it in a way that's going to get the industry in a better shape so that those on this call can thrive and consumers can be protected. So thank you, everybody. Get in touch with Dennis at denbatch@apisteam.com or me at dfin@cleanapps.org about joining or urging your buddies to join. The more people we have, the more members we have, the more good we can do, and the more we can help your